Hello and welcome Universe Mode. This is Anarchy Rulz coming to you live from somewhere I've managed to already forget. Oh wait, I think I remember. I think it's Kansas City, Missouri, and I think we have sold out this huge arena here tonight for Anarchy Rulz. It is absolutely huge here with some, well, a number that I can't even begin to express making their way out towards this arena here for the show here tonight. And what a bunch of matches we have lined up for you here tonight. It's promising to be a big one. Tonight we're gonna see the ECW Tag Team titles defended. AJ Styles and Shawn Michaels going to take on the team of the Wyatt family, Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman, a team that has been almost unstoppable, a team that has been almost undefeatable. Can Styles and Michaels overcome the odds and walk out with the win? And can AJ Styles become a Grand Slam champion within this universe? That maintains to be seen, but then we're going to get to a triple threat matchup for the ECW Television Championship, a match that has been fairly met with a lot of well, just all three men wanting a piece of each other, more so than anything else. Tetsuya, Naito, and Dean Ambrose will challenge to try and take the ECW Television Championship away from champion Aleister Black. And it was revealed earlier today that this triple threat match will indeed be contested under Extreme Rules, promising to make it an even bigger affair than it already is. And for our main event, two men who are absolute magicians within the ring when it comes to professional wrestling meet here tonight in the main event for the ECW Championship. Roderick Strong of the Four Horsemen challenges the architect of ECW, the man of ECW, the greatest wrestler alive today, Seth Rollins. These two men got very heated with one another this past ECW, and now here tonight they look to end it all and to watch as Seth Rollins prepares on his road to redesigning, rebuilding, and reclaiming ECW. But with that being said, we're going to get things underway as Sheamus is going to help us introduce the newest ECW signing. Alright, this one promises to be an interesting start. I'm looking forward to getting this one underway as the Celtic Warrior Sheamus gets ready to make his way towards the ring to face off with the newest signing on the ECW roster. Jeez, I know Sheamus is making his way out and I know the attention's going to him, but just look at this crowd in attendance here tonight. What a list, what a massive number of people we have here for you tonight. Perhaps the biggest exclusive pay-per-view, brand exclusive pay-per-view we've ever seen by ways of attendance. Thousands flocked their way out here to this arena to make sure that they could get their hands on watching an ECW show. Look at how high it goes. Granted, there are, I mean, the top row of this stadium we weren't allowed to sell at, we weren't allowed to rent, but because we sell it out obviously in an instant, and that would make anyone trying to one up us with a show in the next few weeks ultimately fail. But what an attendance we have here tonight for this show. What a great crowd we have on hand, and what a great show we have on hand. Sheamus awaits the arrival of the newest signing, as does everyone in the crowd who has signed to ECW. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, allow me to welcome to you the newest, biggest signing, not only to this universe, but to ECW itself. Sami Callihan has officially made his debut within this universe. That is right. No need for NXT for this man, because he is such a hot acquisition. I couldn't wait to get my hands on him. So without further ado, please welcome Callihan to ECW. And what a test Callihan does indeed have in his debut. Celtic Warrior Sheamus, a man who showed he is not willing to play by any games when he took on Apollo Crews on ECW. Apollo Crews, who of course will be welcoming back someone later on tonight, but all the attention right now is to Sami Callihan. An incredible athlete, well known well known for his ability within this ring to engage in anything, be it technical, high-flying, brawling, and even getting downright dirty with some weapons. There is nothing that Sami Callihan won't do, and we'll see how he can cope when he takes on Sheamus here tonight. Oh my god! look at this by Sheamus. Look at this submission here. The way he's got that leg locked in. Sami Callihan being tested early on, it seems. Sheamus doing whatever it takes to spoil the debut of this man. And here goes Sami Callihan now, finally able to get a few moves on the go. Good forearms there to Sheamus. And look at the speed of him they've been executed. Oh, what a kick in the head by Sheamus. A boot like none I've seen before. This is the rough attitude of the Celtic Warrior. This is the man who tries to leave nothing but destruction and broken bodies in his way to victory. But Sami Callihan demonstrating his own strength there with that powerbomb. Into the cover. Why was the referee counting there? Referee was giving him a 1 count before he even went down for the pin for some reason. Super kick into the gut. He didn't get a reach on it there. And Sheamus can capitalize here. And capitalize he will to the outside. We go now with this one. What are we going to see when these two men engage on the outside? The referee has not started his count anyway. I'd like to make you realize that he's just decided to not bother with the count. And we've got a bit of a problem with this setup there. Those, whatever they are, those structure. There you go. Just taking up a lot of room there in the camera. The referee really not bothering to count in this one right now. He's just letting this one go, apparently, on the outside. Just standing by and watching. I don't remember this match being signed off as like no holds barred or anything, so it's weird for the referee to decide to be doing that. But, alright, we'll let it be, I suppose. This is ECW after all. Oh, back suplex. We are afraid. We are not afraid. If anything, certainly we're not afraid to let the rules fly out the window sometimes if it means putting on a better show. Look at Callihan there, able to get his way out of that as if he were a cruiserweight almost. And now using his strength against Sheamus here. Now can Callihan unload with offense? Can he showcase his talents with another powerbomb? Oh, yes he can. That one looked even more devastating than the one before. And there's the ref into that standing 1 count before he goes to count the pin. And Sheamus still able to kick out. What more here can Sami Callihan execute? Maybe nothing. Sheamus able to pull out the reversal. Credit where credit's due. Sheamus is making this debut as hard as can be for Callihan. And I wouldn't have it any other way. I didn't give Sheamus this matchup just so he could help put over a new talent. I gave him this match so he could prove himself. I wanted him to give Sami Callihan a run for his money. Oh, what a step up in Zaguri there by Callihan. Could be its opening here for Callihan, whatever he decides. He's got him up on his shoulders there. Look for something with a fireman's carry, but Sheamus pulls out the reversal. And Sheamus with his own fireman's carry with white noise. Down goes Callihan. Imagine how surprising it would be if Sami Callihan, upon his debut, had it costed, had his match thrown out the window, basically had his debut spoiled because Sheamus was able to overcome him. That was a very good exploder suplex there by Sami Callihan, and his offense is continuing on here. Double underhook suplex, and look at that. Able to bridge perfectly with that, but Sheamus is able to power out. And once more, look for something there. Did Callihan. Sheamus pulled out the counter. What a great way to get things started here at Anarchy Rulz. This one is, and I think Callihan just got busted open there. Sheamus certainly proving in Callahan's debut that he is not in for a fun ride on this roster. Sheamus going to look for the Celtic Cross now, but Callihan able to get his way out of it there. Sheamus in a bit of trouble maybe. No, he's not. Great counter there by Sheamus. Look at how quickly he's able to slow it down there. But Callihan able to pull out that counter. And now up on his shoulders. Looking like a Death Valley driver maybe. And it is. What will Callahan look for here? Nothing, as Sheamus counters it. But Callahan counters back. This is incredible now. This just evolved into a bit of a brawl between both men. Callahan showing the wear and tear, though, of Sheamus, as he couldn't get up to his feet for a second. But there, he gets himself an opening with a belly-to-belly. Best thing he could have done there for Callahan. Could have taken a little bit longer to recover, but he decided not to. He wants to continue to prove that he can go all the way, and he is giving Sheamus a tough fight, but Sheamus is giving just as tough of a fight back. Cover here on Callahan, but he's early to kick out of that one. Good Callahan, though, able to capitalize in an instant. Find a mistake and just jump in on it. And look at this here. Exploder suplex by Callahan. And now he lies in wait. Could we finally be seeing Callahan's finishing maneuver? It looks like it. He's got him for the cranial contusion. Sheamus's head planted into the mat with nothing to protect him, and the Celtic Warrior may be forced to give up a win to the debuting Callahan Death Machine. Sami Callahan wins his debut. What a moment this is. Take it in, Sami Callahan. You have just made an emphatic debut on the ECW roster. Sheamus certainly gave him a run for his money, and he bled for his cause as well, but it was worth it in the end, as Sami Callahan proves that he is ready to shake things up on ECW in his attempt to become a name within this brand and a name in this universe. I know NXT is there, and I know there should be a great deal of talent to get from there, but the fact that no one had picked up Sami Callahan, well, I couldn't afford to take the risk any longer, and a man like this perfectly explains how we see things on ECW. That careless attitude and the ability to fight with every last bit within you. What a win by Callahan there. Bled for his cause as well on his debut, and I look forward to seeing a hell of a lot more from this man. There are a lot of matches when I look at this man that I could imagine him being in, and I want them to happen on the best brand in this universe, on ECW. So that being said, we're going to head into our next contest now. Cruiserweight Championship matchup. Neville has declared an open challenge, and we'll see who's going to step up to the plate here tonight. Will Neville, will the king of the Cruiserweights, walk out with that title from Anarchy Rulz? We'll find out next. Well, we don't know how many people are going to show up to this one. This is, at the end of the day, an open challenge. However, we do know that the last man out will be the Cruiserweight champion, Neville, but here's the first man out, and it's kind of no surprise that he is Zack Sabre Jr., a man who has been making some waves in the Cruiserweight division over the last 2 weeks, is heading towards the ring. Can he overcome the odds here tonight and become the Cruiserweight champion? I mean, he's certainly been proven it over the last 2 weeks with wins over Akira Tozawa, and that win, of course, recently in the tag team match with Rich Swann over Tony Nese and Gregory Helms. Of course, while himself and Swann did pick up the win, there is nothing stopping Tony Nese and Gregory Helms from making their way out for this one. This is an open challenge. This is something that Neville demanded, just to prove that it doesn't matter who the opponent is, where the opponent is, and how he's got to take them on. He is going to overcome them. He'll overcome any odds to prove he is king of the Cruiserweights. And we'll see if that claim can be backed up here tonight. It's the first man out, Zack Sabre Jr. Certainly been causing some problems for opponents as of late, and he's looking to cause a problem for Neville here tonight. Would the title be changing hands from one British man to another? We'll find out, but it doesn't seem as if Zack Sabre Jr. is the only man making his way out. The dancing sensation Rich Swann is second out in this one. And that is a good thing to see, to be fair. Swann, in the tag team match on this last ECW, he was tagged in only once, but the mark he left in that match was enough to state that he could have walked out with a victory in that one. He could have got the pinfall had he decided to not tag Zack Sabre Jr. back in. He was all over Tony Nese. And ultimately, I would argue he was the reason, the sole reason perhaps, why they were victorious in that matchup. And here comes Swan towards the ring, ever the dancing sensation, ready to put on a show for the crowd here tonight in Kansas City. Can Rich Swann overcome the odds? As I've stated with Zack Sabre Jr., can he overcome the king of the cruiserweights and become Cruiserweight Champion? One of the graduates from NXT, one of the 2 graduates I believe that we have on this roster, the other being of course Apollo Crews, who we'll be seeing in action later on tonight. There's number 2 in Swan. Is there any more? Are we expecting to see Neville right about now? That's the lights of Neville's, I think, but that's not the theme of Neville. That's the theme of a Grand Slam champion. That's the theme of a man who has held this title before. That's the theme of one of the most successful talents within this universe. That would belong to the greatest man that ever lived, Austin Aries, who makes his way towards the ring to do battle here tonight. Long time no see for a double, but Austin Aries has made a bit of an emphatic return to singles action here as he looks to claim the Cruiserweight Championship roughly 1 year after holding it the first time around. Well, does this one look to be a good one now with Aries in it? He is ready for this one. Aries, of course, who recently finally became a Grand Slam champion by winning the ECW Tag Team titles, didn't find much success after winning them. And maybe looking to change that all around here tonight. Maybe looking to put a smile back on his face by becoming Cruiserweight Champion. We maintain to see if that's going to be the case. And now we beg the question, is there anyone else? Or are we done? Is it going to be a fatal 4-way? It will be. That's the theme of the Cruiserweight Champion. Neville is going to head towards the ring here, now fully aware of his opponents in this one. Zack Sabre Jr., Rich Swann, and Austin Aries challenge this man for the belt. And Neville heading towards the ring with his usual entrance, with his usual expression. Ready to do battle with anyone, anywhere, as he stated. He wanted this open challenge. Will he pay for it though? Will he pay for it by losing his Cruiserweight Championship to one of these 3 men? Of course, he doesn't even have to be involved in the final 4 to lose that title. And that is what makes the big, and that is what is the big difference maker in this one. Well, here we go. Here's the crowd in attendance once more, just reminding you how big the involvement and the interaction for the ECW brand is. Title up in the air. Will Neville still walk out with that belt, or is it going to go to someone else? Is it going to go to Zack Sabre Jr.? Is it going to go to Rich Swann? Will it go to Austin Aries? Or will it stay around the waist of the self-proclaimed King of the Cruiserweights? We are underway for this one. Let the fatal 4-way begin, and they were tag team partners a few days ago, but they are going against each other here tonight. Sabre Jr. and Swann going at it in the ring. On the outside, meanwhile, Neville and Aries. That steel... What's the word I'm looking for? Steel railing, that's the one. On the outside, giving those men no padding as they've immediately gone to fighting on the outside. Typical fatal 4-way rules will immediately apply. Falls count anyway. No disqualification, of course, that's always in place though. Look at in the ring though, Rich Swann with a emphatic shining wizard there, and it's Neville who's going to get the weapons early on. A steel chair in his hand, and the King ready to strike down someone who opposes him. What a chair shot that one was to Aries. Aries on the outside in a bit of trouble right now. Meanwhile in the ring, Swann and Sabre Jr. a little bit more competitive. Good counters back and forth. And speaking of counters, there on the outside, Neville pulled out a nice counter that Aries, pulled out a counter that German suplex. And now he can go after Neville here. What a double maneuver there. A shin breaker and a back suplex. Incredible awareness there and an incredible innovative offense by Aries, a man who has won so many titles in this universe and is looking to add another one to the list here tonight. Cover here on Neville to try and capture the title. Still very much so early days. Good referee awareness there to get right into counting that cover. Meanwhile, look at Rich Swann on the inside there, jumping around before getting that arm drag off. Swann going to take a little bit of a run up here. Tilt-a-whirl head scissors for Zack Sabre Jr. You saw that Neville wanted to stay in kind of the safeties of the ring. He didn't want to risk himself on the outside anymore, but Aries didn't take too kindly to that one. He wants this fight to be right on the outside. Zack Sabre Jr. going to feel the wrath of a shining wizard there by Rich Swann. And every time I've been looking in the ring and pay attention to that action, Swann is doing a good job of trying to put away Sabre Jr. and he could have done so there with that suplex. Not the suplex, sorry, that pinfall. It was Neville who hit the suplex into the cover. But he couldn't put Aries away with that one. We're going to see by both men now, by all four men in this one, looking for some kind of reverse something. He's digging knees into the back and a reverse DDT for good measure as all four men return to the ring now. A German suplex countered once more by Aries. But a discus forearm there slows that one down quickly. What is Swann going to do here? Oh god. That knee went through me even. Felt like a very painful knee delivered there by Swann, who is putting on a very impressive showing here. As is Aries, though, countering so much of Neville's attempted maneuvers. But there's another discus forearm to ground him. Neville will stop Sabre Jr. Will stop Sabre Jr. getting covered. And the king of the cruiserweights seems very pleased about what he's done. But Swann rushing up to the top rope. Went for a corkscrew senton, but couldn't connect with it. And Sabre Jr. now in position. Look at Aries, though. Counters the Hurricanrana into a powerbomb. Cross arm breaker here by Sabre Jr. Will he force Swann to tap out? Is he going to win the Cruiserweight title? No. Swann, he got out of it. Swann fighting on his own accord to escape that submission. Hurricanrana attempt countered face first into the mat for the dancing sensation that is Rich Swann. Aries and Neville went to the outside for a moment there, but only for a moment, because Neville wants to get right back in the ring. Aries pulling out a lot of counters in this one, and it is making life incredibly difficult for the Cruiserweight champion. Turns him round though. Neville in position. Reverse Hurricanrana, spiking him essentially on his head. That is not an impact that you want to feel any time. Neville going to try and take advantage here while they're distracted on the other side of the ring. Red arrow to Aries. So much Neville has been hit with, but can he overcome this? Can he get the 3 count? There's 2. No, Aries kicks out. And look who it leaves standing. Sabre Jr. and Neville, you could argue, deserve to have a one-on-one match with one another. And now they face off here. Cross arm breaker there on the ropes by Sabre Jr. Talk about innovative offense. But Swann doesn't look like he's done here. It doesn't look like Aries is done either with Neville. These 4 men are unable of stopping going after one another. Swann here in position. Look for something. Sabre Jr. What a counter. What a roll-up. That was one of the greatest counters I think I've seen in some times to lock in a roll-up. Aries in position. Going to go for the brainbuster. Neville counters. And Neville. Victory rolls through onto Aries to try and retain the title. Swann doesn't know what's going on. And Neville steals one. What a moment there by Neville. How did he find that opportunity to capitalize? I will not know. A pitch perfect counter to the brainbuster. And Neville, with the odds still against him, walked out still your Cruiserweight champion. Well, you know what? That was an impressive performance It was an impressive fatal 4-way, but Neville had his flaws in that one, so maybe the king of the cruiserweights is showing some problems. Maybe his throne is starting to fall apart. And certainly, looking at that match, Rich Swann, I believe, had the standout performance. Could have won the title on so many occasions, and while it was great to see Aries in the Cruiserweight division, he got caught out by one little move that allowed Neville to retain that title. Great high-octane match there, and it goes to show how entertaining the Cruiserweight division is, and is able to turn heads even in a roster like as stacked as ECW's. And you want to talk about how great our roster is, you're going to see a matchup coming up next. A bit of bad blood between these two men that needs to be exercised. Coming up next, no holds barred, Wade Barrett and Baron Corbin. Right, if you want a bit of a backstory for this one, then allow me to tell you what for is going on here. 2 weeks ago, Baron Corbin and Wade Barrett squared off in one-on-one action, and was supposed to be kind of the best of the rest from the little mini tournament to determine the number one contender for the ECW Championship. Wade Barrett took business into his own hands and delivered a thumping amount of moves on the outside. I believe a bullhammer and 2 wastelands it may have been on the outsides. Well, it may have been 1 bullhammer and 1 wasteland. My knowledge isn't the best, but whatever it was, it left Corbin down for the count, and Wade Barrett celebrated as if he had finally won his world title. Corbin didn't take too kindly to the whole running away from Wade Barrett, and when they saw each other in the backstage following that match, Wade Barrett made sure to remind Corbin of where he stood in his mindset with a disrespectful slap across the face before making his way, before promptly moving away from Corbin before the Lone Wolf could get a measure of revenge. However, this past Wednesday on ECW, or Friday even, they engaged in a tag team matchup where Baron Corbin teamed up with fellow 4 Horsemen member Roddy Strong to take on the team of Barrett and Rollins, and it ended with Corbin pinning Barrett in the middle of the ring with an end of days. However, before that, the match was already signed for tonight, and they will engage to see who the better of the big men is here tonight. Both these men, both around the 260 range, both incredibly tall as well. And they are going to see who the best of the best is out of these two men, who could perhaps stake their name for the next ECW Championship shot. We will find out as Wade Barrett comes towards the ring here. You can see a lot of disrespect and a lot of words flying out of the mouth of this man, who has achieved a lot of success within this universe. Wade Barrett, as I've said before, 2-time television champion, I believe it to be, 2-time ECW Tag Team Champion, Royal Rumble winner, and arguably one of the greatest competitors to never lift that world title, or a world title. Has done almost everything else, has done everything else he could possibly do with that world title. Well, here tonight, maybe Wade Barrett can get one step closer to getting that world title if he can go through Baron Corbin here tonight. The referee rings the bell and we're underway here. This one promises to be filled with a lot of, well, this really just strikes by both men. Not going to be technical wrestling, not going to be mat wrestling, not going to be holds all over the shop. There's just going to be punches, powerful maneuvers like we're seeing here from Corbin. Deadlift, powerbomb, Barrett hits the mat hard. This is going to be the entirety of the matchup. And I can only imagine what it'll be as well when the weapons get involved. To the best of my knowledge, this was signed as a no-holds-barred match. So I hope they do get some weapons involved in this one. Well, Barrett standing over Corbin despite that deadlift powerbomb right now to get things underway. Oh, what a German suplex there by Barrett. Corbin going to be feeling the effects of that one. And look at this, Barrett is just standing around on the outside. He was waiting for Corbin to come to him so they can engage in a bit of a brawl here. Referee making his way out to the ring. I guess this was a false count anywhere as well. I did not know that was the case, but apparently the referee has decided that it might be his best intentions, considering these two men are not going to use the ring that much, to let them fight all over the place. and count the fall where they choose. There's a steel chair shot by Barrett, another one into the head. Saw one to Aries just a moment ago, and we see another one now to Baron Corbin into the table. They go, both men feeling the effects of that one. Corbin now back suplex, and Barrett collides with that very thin padding on the outside. But Barrett looks as if he wanted to try and get the last effect there with the chair. But that was a very strong counter by Baron Corbin. Big knee in the face there. And the brawl side of them both is just being utterly shown off right now at its finest as they go at it here. Corbin is in, well, he's got most of the control on the outside right now. Barrett in a world of trouble, and there's a magma claw stitched in, trying to trap the nerve, and it's the right one to go for as well. That elbow pad permanently peeled back to look for the bull hammer. Corbin thinking tactically there, maybe something that the Four Horsemen have helped him to pick out. One thing's for sure is that they have not been picking out a lot of wrestling moves for Baron Corbin, because these two men are continuing to just brawl about here on the outside. Corbin getting unwailed on there by an amplitude of strikes from Wade Barrett, who's going on a little bit of a walk right now. Seems to be trying to create a gap between himself and Baron Corbin. Trying to mess around here with the Lone Wolf as they both make their way back into the ring, and there's a big boot to send Corbin down. I guess my original prediction was wrong. Maybe they are going to use the ring a little bit more than expected. Corbin in trouble again, and nailed with another steel chair shot. Wade Barrett trying his best here to just leave a mark on Corbin, perhaps trying to bust him open, and exposing the turnbuckle could well help him out with that one. Ducks under the run there from Corbin. Oh, what a spine buster. Sit out spine buster. Barrett goes into the cover. Going to try and beat Corbin here. Not going to happen. Corbin, of course, has got a great deal of exposure going for him, really, and he's got a bit of I don't know what the correct choice of words will be. I'll find out in a moment, because there's the deep six by Corbin. There's the cover as well to try and put away Barrett, but Barrett's out early on. What I was going to say was Corbin's got a bit of a hype train following him. With people, I've heard a lot of backstage talk that maybe Corbin could be the future of this brand one day and find a great deal of success beyond the Four Horsemen. Well, Wade Barrett will look to prove here tonight that the future isn't in Baron Corbin, that it's in Wade Barrett in his eyes. And everyone should pay attention to what he's got in store for ECW, and what he's got in store for Baron Corbin right now are a set of steel steps. This is where the match gets, oh God, even worse for both men. And Corbin's going to be feeling that one. Busted open with the steel steps and a winds of change. Corbin could be in trouble already. Barrett into the cover here to try and pick up the win. There's two, and Corbin powers out. These two men continue to fight in amongst the weapons that Barrett has brought into this match. Corbin able to put out a counter there. Got him, and Corbin brings him in. End of days. That came out of left field. That came out of nowhere. And it very nearly won the match for the Lone Wolf. Baron Corbin, though, feeling the confidence flowing through and feeling some kind of second wind arriving here. If you notice in this matchup, Barrett's been the one using all of these weapons. Baron Corbin has decided to not use them. Barrett waiting for Corbin to get up to his feet here. He has got another steel step strike to hit him with. But Corbin able to get it off of him there and drop the steps down. I'm surprised that Corbin hasn't actually resorted to using the weapons, to be fair. I'd have expected him to go for them, but he's decided against it. I mean, it's no DQ, so he can do as he pleases. But maybe Corbin trying to prove that he can defeat Barrett without the use of the weapons. Kick out there at one. Barrett's still got a lot of fight left in him. This has been exactly what I expected of it. An out-and-out brawl between these two men. And Baron Corbin is certainly going to be feeling the effects of it in the morning with that bloodied wound on his face. Corbin pulls out the reversal there. Don't tell me Corbin's going to go from the top rope. He is! Double axe handle there. He's going to go to the top rope again. The referee got in the way there, and that was entirely the ref's fault, to be fair. Corbin going to fly. Caught! Bullhammer! Look at the way Corbin's body just folds in from the effect of that bullhammer. Wade Barrett may well have won this one here. Into the cover. 1, 2, and no, Corbin's out at 2. Look at Wade Barrett though. He's not going to let himself get annoyed. He's not going to let himself get frustrated. He's right back on the target at hand. Right after Baron Corbin here. What are we going to see now? Wade Barrett kind of deciding what to do for a moment there. He was a little bit blank in his expression, and he still kind of is. Uh-oh. That's what he's got in mind. Barrett going to take apart the announce table here. Perhaps trying to point out where in his eyes this match is going to come to an end. And Corbin sent face first into it right away. And sent extra face first into it as well. And now these two men engaging in yet another brawl on the outside. If the referee could get out of the way, he would be doing himself a lot of favors into the ring post. These two men are showing as much energy in their brawl as they did right at the start of this matchup. Corbin caught there with a bit of a strike. Oh, and there's a strike of his own. The effect of it. Sending Barrett spiraling into the table and now spiraling into the ground with the deep 6. Cover, not even a 1 count. The fight in Barrett is incredible, but he may not be able to fight for much longer. Wade Barrett in trouble and in position. Oh, what a counter! I've never seen anyone counter the end of days like that one. Almost incredible. It was incredible to see. And now Corbin is in an even worse situation. Wade Barrett here in place, ready to strike. Powerbomb! A powerbomb sends both men crashing through the table. And it could well end. Baron Corbin's attempt to win this one. Back in the ring, he is sent by Barrett, who grabs a second chair now. What does this man have in mind here? Uh-oh. Oh no, this doesn't look good. Corbin seems almost out of it right now. And Wade Barrett in position for a concerto! Is this all she wrote? Barrett in the cover here. Referee still on the outside, and Corbin kicked out before the ref could even engage in the cover. There is still a lot of fight left in this young man. A lot of fight that Wade Barrett doesn't want to see. Wade Barrett pulls out the reversal. Sunset flip. Don't tell me he's going to try and win it like this. Referee in to make the count. Eventually, there we go. 1, 2, and no, Corbin's still kicking out. How much more can Wade Barrett give to Corbin, and how much more can Corbin take? With easier, just these strikes, there's no defense by Corbin in any of them. And I think this by Corbin is not a strong method at all. Trying to slow down the pace is not going to play out the way he wants it to. But he counters him there. Oh, this is looking bad. Backbreaker for Wade Barrett. But he's able to counter his way out of that kick once more. Dragon screw. And I think Corbin may have hit the steel chair there. Barrett once more with a steel chair in hand though. Looked like he was preparing for something, but Corbin just threw it out of his hand with ease. Baron Corbin now into the cover after the suplex, and still Barrett showing his endurance in his fight and how much he can take. Both men now are busted open in this one. What a punch that one was, and another deep six to end it all. What? What is this man made of? What is Wade Barrett made of? Well, we're seeing it being tested here tonight. Corbin trying to rile up this crowd, trying to get him on the side of the lone wolf, because I think I know what's in store for him, and it's looking like a bumpy landing for Barrett. In position, end of days on the steel chair. 1, 2, 3. Baron Corbin overcomes everything and defeats Wade Barrett in an incredible brawl between those two men. I said there was some bad blood between these two. I didn't know it was this big, and I didn't know it was going to come to an ending quite like this one. Chairs, steps, a broken announce table. That is the effect that these two brawlers have left on this match here tonight. But it's Baron Corbin who will celebrate the fruits of his victory over Wade Barrett. Talk about the hype train following him. Talk about how he could be the future of ECW. Baron Corbin proved it tonight. And just like Sami Callihan earlier in the night, he bled for his cause to prove it. What a win there for Corbin. What a fight by both men. That was incredible. But now we're going to move on to our next contest. Another title match for you. ECW Tag Team titles up for grabs. AJ Styles and Shawn Michaels challenge the near unstoppable Wyatt family. Let's see what will happen next. Let's get this one underway for the ECW Tag Team titles. 4 very talented athletes in their own right. One monster among men, but one man who will claim himself to be, and kind of deserves the claim as well, of being phenomenal. AJ Styles coming towards the ring here with one thing on his mind: the chance to become a Grand Slam champion in this universe. The possibility of it occurring is right there for AJ Styles. He just needs to reach out and grab it. He just needs to take the opportunity and achieve victory from it. AJ Styles has achieved a great deal of success in this universe. Former ECW champion, United States champion, Cruiserweight champion before. He's now looking to get that elusive ECW Tag Team title to complete the deal and to give AJ Styles what he wants: the Grand Slam Championship. The phenomenal one certainly got a following here in Kansas City tonight. Can he use that following, and can he use the aid of his tag team partner, Shawn Michaels, to bring him to victory? Of course, there is something important to pay attention to. This past ECW, AJ Styles defeated Bray Wyatt in a one-on-one matchup. However, his night was not over there. Following the match, Braun Strowman made his way out and flattened AJ Styles with a running power slam. Shawn Michaels Shawn Michaels didn't have time to come to the aid, to be fair, of his tag team partner. At the same time, as great as Michaels is, and as a veteran of the business he is, I don't think there is much that either of them could do on their own against Braun Strowman. It needs to be a group effort to send this man down for good. So with that being said, here comes the Heartbreak Kid right now towards the ring. Certainly seems as if the crowd is on the side of this duo. The Phenomenal One and the Heartbreak Kid have been teaming up a little bit more over these last few weeks. And they are looking to finally bring some more success to them. Shawn Michaels looking for his second tag team title in this universe. And he would, I know for a fact that Shawn Michaels would love to hold that belt and would love to be the one to try and claim the first win over the monster among men. However, that may be a matter that is far easier said than done, as the Fireflies are more than out here in Kansas City. Look at the number of them in attendance as the Wyatt family come towards the ring. Bray Wyatt leading the way as Braun Strowman accompanies from behind. What an entrance this is to behold as they head towards the ring. Bray Wyatt looks around at the vast fireflies in attendance as Braun Strowman has only one thing on his mind, and you can guarantee that that is punishing the bodies of AJ Styles and Shawn Michaels to add 2 more names onto his list, to notch 2 more names to the amount of people he has destroyed during his career in this universe. Bray Wyatt, a 3-time tag team champion. Maybe 2-time actually. No, yeah, it would be 2-time because at the time he wasn't in the tag team. My bad. Definitely a 2-time tag team champion anyway. Once on Raw, and the other here on ECW. Braun Strowman, still in his first year in this universe, undefeated for the entire year, has claimed some names along the way. Barrett, Corbin, Samoa Joe. Will AJ Styles and Shawn Michaels be on that list again? Again? I say again. I think this is the first time these men have teamed together. Teamed up against... wow. My words are all over the place in this moment. But you know how this matchup is going to play. You know how it usually plays out. Bray Wyatt will start things off. He'll try and wear down his opponent. And then once Styles and Michaels have put in enough stamina and they feel a little bit worn out, in comes Strowman to deliver the finishing blows to this match. Styles and Michaels staring at one another, ready. Look at the determination on their face as they look to achieve the ECW Tag Team Championship away from the Wyatt family. First of 2 Wyatt family matches. The next one's coming up right after this one with Aleister Black. And the Wyatt family would have nothing more than to make it a clean sweep. It was Bray Wyatt who said about a week and a half ago on ECW that this is the Wyatt family's era. This is their reign of domination and nobody can stop them. Certainly not AJ Styles and Shawn Michaels. And this crowd here, this stacked crowd, is ready for this one. I'm ready for this one as well. To see some of the best tag team wrestling you will find for those ECW tag team titles. Styles is going to start this one off. And no surprise that it's going to be Bray Wyatt in the other corner. The bell rings and we are underway here for the ECW tag team titles, and Bray Wyatt getting in a little bit of a different way than usual. Actually engaging in a collar and elbow wrestling match with AJ Styles. Didn't work out well. Maybe Bray Wyatt. Oh, look at that. Went for his usual flying cross body, and AJ Styles pulls out a great counter early on. Styles looking to continue on the momentum and the advantage that he had as a result of winning that singles match earlier this week. A counter there though by Bray Wyatt. Down on the mat goes AJ Styles now. And can the Eater of Worlds get a little bit going here? Yes, he can. Slammed down on his back there was AJ Styles. And the Phenomenal One could well be in trouble here, as Bray Wyatt looks to wear down his opponent. Irish whips him into his own corner, just so Shawn Michaels can almost feel the effect of that one as well. Just trying to rub it in, just trying to get in the mindset of Shawn Michaels, amp him up so when he tags in, he's going to be full of rage maybe, blinded by it in his attempt to try and overcome Bray Wyatt. And the Heartbreak Kid is going to come in right now. A tag made already. Look at this though by Bray Wyatt, just right back to the strikes there. Michaels are very quick to get out of the corner. This fight continues on between these two men. Now, Shawn Michaels finally going to get a move in here, and what a move it is. A pile driver to Bray Wyatt. Both are going to have to go after the head, of course, for the phenomenal forearm. Sweet chin music. And that is something that Michaels should never have done. Walked right into the path of Braun Strowman. That headbutt caught him flush. That really will do a number on Shawn Michaels, but he's still fighting on here, and he's still giving it to Bray Wyatt right now, who's starting, I think, to wear out a little bit in this one already. Look at the tags being made. I was about to say, look, I thought there was going to be another tag there, but Michaels instead choosing to be a little bit confident in the corner instead. Bray Wyatt went for the Irish Whip there, and it backfires on him. Belly to belly by Michaels. I bet he didn't think it was going to work out that way, but Michaels now is finally getting into the swing of things and starting to unload away with offense. We know why he's going up to the top rope, and we know what he's going to look for. The elbow drop from Michaels. Oh, he missed it. Wyatt did a good move there to get out of the way. And oh dear, I think it might be time in the match for this man. The monster among men is in. And this is where the match changes entirely. Braun Strowman is in. And let the troubles begin for Styles and Michaels. Oh, what a big boot. And he just runs down Michaels as if he were nothing. Gotta remember, Braun Strowman doesn't do this because Bray Wyatt tells him to. He does this because he enjoys it as well. He enjoys punishing people. He enjoys inflicting pain on other people. And certainly if it pleases his, kind of like his overseer, I guess, so his, I don't know what the correct word would be, what Bray Wyatt would be to Braun Strowman. But as of right now, Strowman in a little bit of trouble. It took both of them there to keep Strowman down for a few seconds. Styles now on his own, and there's the strength of Strowman. Didn't even try a wrestling move, just strikes to send him down. AJ Styles still looking to go after him here, trying to give Braun Strowman some trouble, and just caught right in the face there with that big boot. And Strowman going to look for that choke slam again here. AJ Styles doing a great job to get out of it though. Neck breaker maybe. Look at the strength of Strowman getting out of it with ease, and a neck breaker of his own there. That's a bit more of an advanced counter. Something I wouldn't expect from Braun Strowman. But here we go. Strowman finally going to get his chokeslam in. What a drop for Styles there. Some 7 feet up in the air before being dumped down. At such a fast pace as well. Styles still kicking out though. Still got a hell of a lot of fight left in him. As Strowman though does a number on him. Big boot! Look at how far Styles flung as a result of that one. Tag made, and Strowman though isn't done with AJ Styles just yet. Oh, gut wrench suplex. AJ Styles in an absolute world of trouble. Bray Wyatt with a sent-on splash. And this is where the Wyatt family usually look to try and end the match here. There's been frequent tags between Styles and Michaels, but it might not be able to save him from this. Strowman tagged back in, and we know just what for. The same move he hit on Styles on ECW, the running power slam. Strowman will go for the cover here, and with one, not even a 2 count. Shawn Michaels able to break it up there. Bray Wyatt didn't look like he was too fussed about breaking that one up. Styles pulls out the counter now, puts him in the corner, and he needs to make the tag here. And that is exactly what will happen. They need to wear down Strowman in this one. And with Michaels in the ring now, what can the Heartbreak Kid do as he goes for the cover on the Monster Among Men and can only get himself a 1 count. I'm a little surprised that it is only a 1 count, given the amount of punishment that Braun Strowman's given to AJ Styles, and how little Styles could return. Look, Styles is in tremendous pain on the outside. He is leaning against that apron and those ropes. So what I'm thinking is this might be a 2-on-1 now. It could well be. Michaels could well be in a world of trouble here, but he's going to take flight here, or not. We're having a bit of difficulty. Alright, good stuff. Oh, there we go. Michaels pulls out the reversal. Double axe handle to take down Strowman. What more can Michaels do here? What's he doing? Oh, he sends Bray Wyatt for a ride. And that almost angered Strowman, and Michaels is able to capitalize on the anger from Braun. What will he go for now? Michaels gonna try and lock in a sharpshooter on this huge man, and he'll get it. Sharpshooter on Strowman. Could Michaels do something almost unthinkable and force Braun Strowman to tap out here? He won't. Look at the agility of Strowman to get out of that one. And oh my God, what a big boot by Braun Strowman. That is what Shawn Michaels gets for putting his hands on his leader. Tag made, now Bray Wyatt back in. And Shawn Michaels in a world of trouble. Double axe handle to the back of Michaels. And we know he's had a history of back problems as well. They're just capitalizing on an easy advantage. And Bray Wyatt will look to capitalize on ending this match right here, right now. Styles still in trouble. Still unable to stand on his own 2 feet on the outside. That leaves Michaels in even more trouble. The kiss of death. And Sister Abigail into the cover here. Styles was going to break that one up, but Strowman made his way in, but somehow, in trying to break that one up, he got Michaels to the ropes. The chance is still alive here for these men. Michaels looking for a back suplex, but no, Wyatt denies it. What a great counter that one was, and you can see the effect of everything still reeling there on AJ Styles on the outside. Shawn Michaels is really on his own in this one. Michaels though going to go to the turnbuckle. He's going to look for it. He's going to tune up the band here. Bray Wyatt could be in trouble. Sweet chin music in their own turnbuckle. Michaels has to drag him away, and he goes for the cover here. AJ Styles can't make it, and Strowman will break that one up. And don't keep your back turned on Strowman while he's in the ring as well. Flattening Michaels down there and giving his leader an opportunity to stand up here. Oh, that was not a smart idea by Michaels there. He wanted to try something, but realized that he was going to have to try and go with Braun Strowman on his own. Styles tag back in here, but how much more does the Phenomenal One have to give? Maybe quite a lot more. Styles, fireman's carry, neck breaker. Styles could have him here. He's going to look for, I think he's going to look for the Styles Clash. The move that won him the match. No, he's not. Oh, he's got him. He's got him in. The kiss of death. Sister Abigail to Wyatt. Rubbing the blow in. Cover here on Wyatt. Strowman in to try and make the save. He doesn't do it. And they've done it. AJ Styles and Shawn Michaels are your new ECW Tag Team Champions. And with that being said, AJ Styles, the Phenomenal One, is officially a Grand Slam champion. What a moment that one was. Braun Strowman's first loss in this universe has finally been handed down to him, but he was not involved in that pinfall. Braun Strowman came to the aid on so many occasions, but the fight, the heart, and the determination of Styles and Michaels overcame the threat of the Wyatt family. New Tag Team Champions, but you can guarantee it is not over between these two teams. Strowman and Wyatt will make sure of it, but congratulations to our new ECW Tag Team Champions. And congratulations to AJ Styles on finally becoming a Grand Slam champion. What a moment this is for the Phenomenal One. What a moment this is in general, but we have no time to soak in the victory, as coming up next is going to be an incredible triple threat match. Utterly no DQs, no countouts, the usual. So many weapons hidden underneath that ring for them to use their advantage. Tetsuya Naito and Dean Ambrose will challenge Aleister Black for the ECW Television Championship. All three of these men want to get a piece of each other. All three of these men want to take home that title, but only one man can do it. It's already been one title lost for the Wyatt family. Will Aleister Black lose the other one here tonight, or can he at least salvage something for the Wyatts? We'll find out. This triple threat match is up next. Wow, well, one title's changed hands already from the Wyatt family. It could well be another one, and it could well be this man looking to take that title away from them. Tetsuya Naito has made quite an impact over these last few weeks, picking up a win over Dean Ambrose that got him involved in this match, picked up a win over Bray Wyatt as well. However, this past ECW, himself and Dean Ambrose in a rematch engaged in an utter brawl I think is the best way of putting it. They beat the living hell out of each other. They busted each other open in the matchup. But at the end of it all, even though Bray Wyatt was the one who got the win, Bray Wyatt? Definitely not. Even though it was Dean Ambrose who got the win, it was not Dean Ambrose who got to celebrate the win for too long, because by the end of it, none other than the ECW Television Champion himself, Aleister Black, got involved, dropping down Dean Ambrose with a double foot stomp to end it all. And it was a part of what I was talking about on ECW, about how Naito and Ambrose were so desperate to get their hands on one another, how they were trading, knocking each other out week after week. But this is Aleister Black's match to win entirely. These two men are so infatuated with one another, so needing to beat each other up once more, that they have forgotten the real reason why they are here. They forgot that they're here for the television champion. And that just makes it easier for Aleister Black. He could well just stay out of the ring, watch these two men fight, and pick up the pieces, but that's obviously not how Aleister Black operates. And maybe, just maybe after this past ECW, Dean Ambrose has been reminded of why he's in this matchup. Dean Ambrose has been reminded of who he's going after. And we could well see another brawl between Aleister Black and Dean Ambrose, as we did at SummerSlam. It was, of course, Ambrose who lost the title to this man, to the television champion at SummerSlam, to hand Aleister Black his first championship within this universe. And now, after just witnessing his fellow Wyatt family members lose their tag team titles, the pressure is on Aleister Black now, more than it was before, to try and walk out still with a title belt in his possession. We'll see if that's going to be able to be pulled off here tonight. I think it might well be a very difficult affair for Aleister Black. But then again, with no disqualification, no countouts, there is nothing stopping Aleister Black from walking out of this match still with the television championship. I just don't know who to pick as the winner in this one. It seems a little bit too close to call, I think. We'll see, though, what will transpire. There is Aleister Black, though, the television champion. He hasn't even been in a match since SummerSlam, so maybe he could have a bit of ring way going for him. He was supposed to be in one match, but he was interrupted right away by Dean Ambrose. Match didn't even get underway before Aleister Black was attacked by the Lunatic Fringe. You got those two men who are certainly engaged in a war with one another and have been for some time. Look at Ambrose pacing on the outside as he waits for Black to finish his entrance, as he waits for the bell to ring. Naito was a wild card, but he has thrown himself right into this occasion with Dean Ambrose, meaning the Black and Naito is a little bit more calmer of a situation, maybe. And it might mean that Dean Ambrose could be the victim of a 2-on-1 assault by Naito and Black, for all we know. We'll see what will happen, but the television championship is on the line. This one is underway here, and it's going to be Ambrose going right for Naito. Certainly, I don't think something that could be afforded there, and Aleister Black will wait no time before getting his hands on Dean Ambrose, putting the boots now to the television champion, and that's exactly what Dean Ambrose has got from Naito as well. There's another Russian leg sweep by Dean Ambrose, and look at this now by Aleister Black. Oh, Dean Ambrose with incredible agility there to flip his way out of it. Lunatic Fringe trying to get something going here, but he is in a world of trouble. Look at that double team move there by Black and Ambrose. That was incredibly well thought there. I mean, it wasn't well thought. It was just Ambrose looking for an Irish whip, but he went right into the path of the television champion. Ambrose finally getting his hands on Aleister Black there. Russian leg sweep for him as well. And Black will take the first opportunity to roll out to the ring and recover his breath here. Still very early in this match, so it's not like he's going to be spending long out there. But we'll see a bit more of Ambrose and Naito going one-on-one in the ring while we wait for the TV champ to get up to his feet. Elbow there by Ambrose. And with him on the outside now, will we be seeing yet more weapons involved in this one? I think we will. We're going to get things underway with a weapon that was all a bit too comfortable in earlier matches. What a counter there by Naito. Northern Light suplex. Oh my god! Black, to make sure the count didn't happen, just blasted the referee with the steel chair. I think even Dean Ambrose is taken back by that somewhat. And with Naito rolling out of the ring now, we're going to get Ambrose and Black going at it. Black lands on his feet there. Flying knee for him as well. I'm surprised the referee's able to stand on his feet in this moment. Surprised he got a bit of consciousness going for him. After that one, Dean Ambrose in trouble. Back suplexed. High on his neck as well. And thankfully for his case, he just avoided that steel chair. And he avoided that one as well. Tetsuya Naito coming to the aid there for a moment. Aleister Black is picking off a lot of challenges right now, and he's struggling to fight back against all of them. Ambrose getting involved. Here goes Dean Ambrose though. Powerbomb to Naito. That was a really rough landing for Naito, but Ambrose doesn't care. That's exactly what he was looking for. Ambrose able to stop that chair shot as well. Not going the way that Black maybe imagined it, as he's sent careening to the outside there, courtesy of the Lunatic Fringe. And Ambrose is waiting no time. He's going to go right back in the ring. I thought he was going to get his hands back on Naito. Apparently not. It seems as if all three men might be getting involved on the outside. Naito bringing a chair as good luck, but decided not to use it. While there are no countouts, no disqualifications, the match cannot end on the outside. It does have to end in the ring. What is Dean Ambrose going to look for here? He got counted by Naito, whatever he was looking for. Dean Ambrose dumped on the thin padding, and Aleister Black still cannot get his hit off with that chair. Instead, he gets a hit into his face for good measure. However, Black able to pull out a counter there. Could have avoided a German suplex maybe on the outside, and gives Naito a back suplex. One that he's not going to be forgetting anytime soon. Yeah, Aleister Black is desperate to try and get something going with that chair, but he just can't every time he tries. Dean Ambrose now has his opponent lifted up here, and Black sent face first into that steel ring post, and once more for good measure. Ambrose is going insane on the outside here after both men. This is where Dean Ambrose does come into his own, to be fair. This is where he can gain an advantage. Into the steps goes Naito. Dean Ambrose is in control of this one right now. But Black and Ambrose return to the ring here to do battle. What a move there by Aleister Black. Like a jumping meteor more so than anything. And here goes Aleister Black now in the ring, unloading away with kicks and strikes. And there's a table by Naito brought into this one. This one could result in a lot of damage, truth be told. We'll see what's going to happen in this one. Black with a great move there to dump him down, and with him on the table, Naito rolled out of the ring, and Black doesn't kill. He missed. He jumped all that way and missed the leg drop, but look at how quickly he's able to recover. Dean Ambrose gonna look for dirty deeds here. What a counter by Aleister Black. Ducks under. Black Mass. Whoa. What a counter that was for Aleister Black at a moment when he needed it more than ever. He pulled off that incredible counter. What a kick in the head there for Dean Ambrose as well. Naito just kind of standing on the outside right now, watching on. Dean Ambrose, Black looked for something there and really didn't nail that one. There's another pop-up Meteora. Aleister Black is giving it to both men now. The champion trying to stay in control in this one. Could be in trouble. Suplexed onto the side of the table. And Black is just doing a bit of roly-poly shit. He's going to maybe go outside of the ring. Ambrose in the cover, but it's broken. It's kicked out, by Naito at 2. Naito still in this one. Black still got something in mind with the table as well. He sets it up while Naito and Ambrose just brawl in between each other. This looks bad for Naito through the table. Courtesy of a double chicken wing suplex. Aleister Black cannot connect though with that German suplex. Ambrose now feeling all sorts of riled up, but a second Black Mass floors Ambrose in his tracks. Cover here by Black to retain the title, and he does it. Aleister Black can bring some kind of balance back to the Wyatt family, and he ends his spat with Dean Ambrose. Ambrose got rid of Naito, and right after that, Black got rid of him. Aleister Black retains the TV title in a fast-paced brawl and shows how dangerous this man is. Two black masses put away Ambrose and put him out of contention, I think, for another shot at the TV title. Naito, however, we'll see about that one. I may have a few things up my sleeve. But it's been a bad night for the Wyatt family, but at least they can recover knowing they still have possession of the ECW Television Championship. What's next for Aleister Black? We'll have to find out. Maybe it could be Baron Corbin. Maybe it could be Sami Callihan. Or maybe it could be the return of an ECW superstar who will be taking on Apollo Crews up next. Well, you know what? After 3 fairly insane matches in a row, I think it's finally time we catch up. I think it's finally time we recover for a second. And just take a moment to calm down. I think that's what we might be getting in this one. A little bit more of a calmer match as Apollo Crews gets ready to come towards the ring here to reintroduce an ECW superstar to the roster. It's been some time since we've seen this guy, and I'm glad he is going to be coming back here tonight. But he has got a tough opponent for him in Apollo Crews. Crews proved his worth against Sheamus on ECW. He may well have been defeated and may well have been attacked post-match, but it's not about that matters. It's about the fight that Apollo Crews puts in, and I've said this before, this man could well be a future star of ECW. He's got all that it takes to be a star. He is almost a perfect athlete. Strength, speed, agility, the endurance. Apollo Crews has it all going for him. And, yeah, I can't really argue against him either. He does a very good job in that ring. He just needs a few wins under his belt, or maybe he needs someone like a 4 horseman giving him tips and tricks, but that maintains to be seen. Anyway, who's Apollo Crews going to be welcoming back? Well, it's none other than the glorious one. It's none other than Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode returns for the first time since Seth Rollins let him leave on a stretcher some time ago, maybe 2 months ago I believe it has been since we last seen the glorious one. But Bobby Roode makes his return at Anarchy Rulz, and this crowd knows just how to reintroduce him. It is glorious to see this man back. He may well have got in the way of Seth Rollins, and he may well have got his just deserves, but what Rollins did to him was a bit much. What Rollins did to him was going overboard, and now, finally, following that attack, Bobby Roode makes his return tonight at Anarchy Rulz, and is ready to prove that the glorious one has not lost a step in his game. Spotlight on him. Look at that man. Boy, it is good to see him back, I've got to be honest. It's been some time, and he is a huge asset to ECW that we've been missing, and Apollo Crews has got to do the job of welcoming him back here. Apollo Crews usually a man who has the crowd on his side, but as we heard from that entrance, that certainly wasn't the case. Bobby Roode is the crowd favourite in this moment. And you know what? I can't blame the crowd for siding with Roode on this situation. A man as energetic, as charismatic as Bobby Roode is always going to get a following wherever he goes. Crews is just going to try and upset everyone here and cause a huge upset and screwing over, well, not screwing over, but costing Bobby Roode in this match. Great start there. Colin elbow tie it between both men, but it was counted out by Bobby Roode. He picked up the win in that one. And now we continue on here with these two men. Forearm shot in the face though by Apollo Crews, and Roode could well be in a little bit of trouble. You're up on his shoulders. Death Valley driver maybe. That's exactly what Apollo Crews connects with. Remember, I didn't give, I'll say the same as I said with Sheamus earlier tonight. I didn't give Apollo Crews this match just so he could be an easy pushover for Bobby Roode to get a win against. I've given him Bobby Roode because this is a tough match for both men. It's a tough match for Bobby Roode to make sure he can that he hasn't lost anything since his return, and it's a tough match as well for Apollo Crews because it's a step up for him as well, but the reward, if he was somehow able to win, would be huge. And he's got to look out for just that maybe here tonight if he can pick up that win, but Crews is proving his worth right now. He is giving Rude a run for his money. Rude, though, pulling out the counter and a missile dropkick from the top rope as well. Great maneuverability there on the top rope by Bobby Roode, and there's a nice neck breaker there by Apollo Crews. He's holding his own in this one right now, doing just what I wanted from him, giving Rude a run for his money, making sure that the Glorious One isn't always in control in this match either. Back suplex. No, Rude was able to read that one. He read that one expertly as well to pull out the counter. Now what will Bobby Roode look for here? He has something in mind. A suplex maybe? Oh, a Falcon Arrow. Very nicely done there by Roode. Bobby Roode now, what can we see from this man? He's got him brought in here. Fisherman suplex maybe. Takes a few steps. Fisherman suplex, middle of the ring. Crews in trouble here. Is this victory for Roode? Oh, it nearly was. Very nearly was a win there for the Glorious One. Crews needs to get his act together if he wants to try and stun everyone and pick up a win. Crews fighting back here. Back suplex. This time he connects with it. And it was a rough landing on that occasion for Bobby Roode. Crews, though, shouldn't take the time to taunt. Shouldn't take the time to try and get the crowd on his side, because it'll cost him. Counter there by Roode, who brings in... No! He was looking for the glorious DDT, and Apollo Crews counted out of it. That is what I meant by giving him a run for his money, giving him a test. And Apollo Crews is doing just that right now. Another back suplex there to send down Bobby Roode. And Apollo Crews is proving his worth here by the longer he stays in this match with Bobby Roode, the more he's proving his ability, the more he's proving how strong of a talent he truly is. But Bobby Roode is not going to let anything stop him here. Look at the strength of Roode there as he hit that suplex. Held him up in the air for some time before dumping him down. Strike there by Roode. And oh, another spear into the gut of Apollo Crews, and just unloading away there with simple strikes. The Glorious One knows just what he's doing, and he is in total control now over the younger, perhaps more hungry Apollo Crews as well, but that makes him more prone to leaving mistakes, and Bobby Roode is trying to capitalize on them to the best of his ability. Crews, elbow on the back of the head there. Crews wanted something, but he couldn't connect with it. Back and forth counters there. Roode now, spine buster to Crews. And usually, this is the beginning of the end. This time, will Roode be able to connect with it and seal a victory upon his return? Bobby Roode brings him in for the glorious DDT. On the money with that one. In the middle of the ring. Cover on Crews. 1, 2, 3. Bobby Roode is back. And Bobby Roode is victorious. And in victory, he is glorious. What a win there upon his return for Bobby Roode. Welcome back to ECW. And an impressive performance by both men, but all the attention will go to Bobby Roode, as is deserved. A great recovery and a great return here at Anarchy Rulz for the Glorious One. Another huge name brought back to the ECW roster, proving just how much incredible talent we have on our roster and how much depth we have going for us as well. Maybe Bobby Roode can get something going for him in the future. Maybe a future title shot for him. Maybe we'll find out. Maybe he'll be taking on the winner of our upcoming main event matchup. Maybe he will challenge the winner in our main event here tonight. As I made it earlier in the night, before this pay-per-view went on the air, this match will be no holds barred. Roderick Strong and Seth Rollins. Strong claims he's here to save ECW. He's fighting for the many, not the few. He spews the same propaganda that Diamond Dallas Page once did. Will Roderick Strong be able to do what Diamond Dallas Page couldn't do and find a way to overcome Seth Rollins? Or will he be just like that failure, just like the cancer who left this brand at SummerSlam and fall to the greatest wrestler in the world today. Both these men have an anguish with one another. Both these men want to claim that victory over one another. Only one man will lift the ECW Championship coming out of Anarchy Rulz. Will it be Roderick Strong, or will it be Seth Rollins on his quest to redesign, rebuild, and reclaim ECW? Find out. It's the main event, and it's up next. Here we go. Here comes a man who stunned a few people to get this far. He did quite a shock to make it to this main event. But now it is time for Roderick Strong to prove himself. Now it is time to step up to the plate and show that he deserved to overcome the likes of Wade Barrett, Corbin, and Samoa Joe to become the #1 contender for the ECW Championship. Will Roddy Strong be able to do the near unthinkable and walk out with the ECW Championship here tonight? My money is no. My money's on Seth Rollins. But you didn't even need to ask me to know who I was siding with. I'm siding with the man who's going to repair ECW. I'm siding with the man who, along with myself, is making ECW the best brand week in and week out. Roddy Strong, great competitor, great athlete. But he has been blinded by the same bullshit that so many people were by Diamond Dallas Page. And unlike Diamond Dallas Page, this man isn't a loser. This man isn't pathetic. This man is still on ECW, and this man speaks the truth. He is your ECW champion. He is Seth freaking Rollins, the 3-time ECW champion, and a man who comes into his first title defense since winning that championship in a hectic 3 stages of hell match at SummerSlam. He overcame Diamond Dallas Page, and he overcame everyone who said he couldn't do it. Seth Rollins is your ECW champion, and he will go at it again here with Roddy Strong tonight. Roddy, the last time these two men squared off, did pick up a win via a roll-up, but you can guarantee that Seth Rollins, in his mental game state that he is, when he's got the ability within him, when he is the greatest wrestler in the world, as he always is, and he uses that mindset on a big stage like Anarchy Rulz, he will overcome Roderick Strong and walk out still with the ECW Championship around his waist. But with that being said, I know for a fact that these two men will be able to put on an incredible matchup. We've had a night of incredible matchups, to be fair, here at Anarchy Rulz, and we'll head out with one final one. Roddy Strong has already watched his fellow Four Horsemen member Baron Corbin claim victory earlier in the night. He'll hope to try and do the same here, but Seth Rollins is not going to allow that to happen. Seth Rollins is going to focus on his own ability. Seth Rollins is going to focus on his own game. Seth Rollins is going to focus on walking out still as the ECW champion. Hands the title away to the referee. Roddy Strong will take a good look at it, because that's the closest he's going to get to that title here tonight. It's your main event of Anarchy Rulz. It's no holds barred, no DQ, no countouts. It's Roderick Strong and Seth Rollins, and with the bell ringing right now, we are underway with our main event. These two men over the last 2 weeks have gone way more up close and personal with one another. Seth Rollins was the first man to deliver the blow, laying out Roddy Strong a few weeks ago. Well, the first time round with a curb stomp, but in their tag team matchup last week, after the match was over, Rollins decked Roddy Strong with a curb stomp, but it was Strong who came back and ended the show on top with the end of Heartache. Rollins was down on the mat, and it was something to behold to see Roddy be able to overcome that and stand up on his feet as quickly as he did. However, here tonight, Seth Rollins will make sure that that was just a shocking moment and nothing more. A once-in-a-lifetime thing for Roddy Strong. What he was able to pull off on that night is not going to happen here tonight. It's going to be all about Seth Rollins, still your ECW champion. Roddy's fighting early on here. He's countering a lot of moves, but he's using a lot of energy early on to counter these moves as well. He's going all out at the start, and he risks wearing himself out in this one early on here. Misses the elbow drop, clatters down, And now Seth Rollins can take advantage here. Look at these strikes here by Rollins. Pinpoint accuracy. And always leaving Roddy in trouble. Michinoku driver there. Even though there's no holds barred, will we see these guys look to use the weapons? Or will they just keep it fairly calm and fairly normal? Seth Rollins, small package suplex there. Brings him in for the cover. It's a 2 count. Roddy Strong kicks out, but Rollins is in total control right about now. Watch this by Rollins here. Decks him in the face. Down on that turnbuckle. This is all Seth Rollins' matchup right now, and the champ knows it. Look at that. He's telling Roddy Strong to get up, and Roddy can't even get up to his feet. Taking a long time, but there's the respect of Rollins being shown. Allowing Roddy up to his feet there, but it may well have backfired on him. Belly to belly by Strong. And now the matchup turns around maybe in the favor of the 4 Horsemen member. Seth Rollins, though, very quick to counter. Gonna look for another slam here of some kind. Roddy pulls out the counter. Back suplex. Rollins goes down here. Come on. Come on, Rollins. Do not let me down. I know you won't. And I know you're too great to let me down, but there is always the worry, of course. Oh, what a gut-wrench suplex there by Roddy. Incredible power being demonstrated. Both these men about equal weight, I have to say. Rollins has a bit of a height advantage, but Rollins is also in trouble here. The gut buster by Strong, and the follow-up drop kick is sidestepped by Rollins. Thank God he did that. Seth Rollins gets out of the way of that one. And looking to gain an advantage on Roddy, who turns right into a missile drop kick, courtesy of the champion. Rollins now finally had enough of this one. He's going to get a few weapons involved, and it's the return of Old Faithful for tonight. The steel chair making its return in another matchup, and Rollins clatters it into the back of the challenger. Roddy Strong is going to be sure to feel that one, but Seth Rollins, oh, he sidestepped it. He ended up on the apron. Thank God he didn't go into the steps, but he's going to be feeling this one in the morning. Back suplex on the apron, the hardest part of the ring. And look at Roddy here, his fight within him. He does not want to spend too long on the outside. He wants to make sure this match stays in the ring. Roddy feeling the momentum right now. And some of the crowd here trying to will him on. Roddy in position, going to look for End of Heartache here to try and win that title. Rollins, though, could read it from a mile away and was sure to not let that happen. And this is how you execute a Falcon Arrow. Look at how beautiful that one was by Rollins. Where's Rollins going to go now? He's going to go to the top rope and lay witness to an incredible bit of agility. Phoenix splash by Rollins into the cover to retain the title here over Strong. There's one, there's two. Strong kicks out. But Rollins doesn't look like he's done just yet. Still got a bit more to do. Strong gonna take a trip into that chair. And that chair went flying. I think it almost ended up, oh, there we go. And it wasn't that far away from ending up in the crowd. But Rollins doesn't look like he's done with it here. Okay, Rollins is having a bit of difficulty actually figuring out how he gets into a ring with a steel chair right now. I mean, come on, you're the greatest wrestler in the world and you can't realize how to do that. Rollins there, sidestep. Strong went for the chair shot. Strong counted his way out of it. And a back suplex for Rollins leaves him in a little bit more trouble. Cover here now by Strong. There's one, and oh, it's only one. Rollins still got a hell of a lot of a fight left in him. Strong is going to have to do more if he wants to stand a chance of walking out with that belt. To be fair, Strong has already looked for End of Heartache. He's already looked for a finishing maneuver. Rollins hasn't as of yet. He's been keeping it fairly calm. Strong, though, sent into the corner. Rollins usually has something in mind when we're in here, and that's exactly what he's got right now. Something in mind for Roddy. It's a buckle bomb with his name firmly on it. Seth Rollins setting up the chair, putting it Oh, I know what he's going for here. This could well be the finishing blow already for Roddy Strong. But Strong going to try and fight on here. Rollins doesn't allow it. Neck breaker for the challenger. Can Rollins look for what he wants to? No, he will not be able to connect with it. Strong pulls out the counter and an uppercut for good measure. Into the cover once more goes Roddy. Trying to put away Rollins to the best of his ability, but still, Rollins showing why he's so great with an early kick out there. Is Roddy gonna... No, I thought Roddy might be looking to take flight there. He's just instead deciding to run the ropes, okay? Rollins sidesteps the attempted boot. And oh, this is going to be a nasty landing. Sunset flip, power bomb on the outside. Rollins showing no second guessing, no doubting whether he can hit something. And he's giving it his all to Roddy. Roddy wants to stand against him. Roddy wants to challenge his words, then let that be the case. But Roddy is sure going to pay for it. And that's what he's doing right now. Into the ring post goes the challenger. Roddy Strong finding out just what it's like to try and take on the best in the world. And Rollins with a spear through the barricade. That steel railing couldn't handle these two men flying through it full force. And with no countouts, no disqualification, Rollins had no worries about getting that one. And we are not, it doesn't look like Rollins by any means is done yet with Roddy. Still a long ways to go, I think, before Rollins will even look for the final cover to put this one away. Rollins in the good chop there and still looking to gain an advantage. Slams his throat into the ropes, but that's perfectly legal in this one. And incoming now for Roddy. He's basically out on his feet right now. Avaracadabra. Roddy busted open. Rollins with something still in mind here for the challenger. Single underhook suplex, but I think Rollins slammed himself on the chair. That doesn't make a blind bit of difference to Rollins. Roddy with the chair dropped on him here. Oh my god, Rollins wouldn't. Rollins is going to look for something big here. Phoenix splash, but oh, Roddy moved out of the way. This could be Roddy's moment to counter back in this one. Come on. Come on, Rollins, don't let that be the case. Roddy trying to slow down the pace here for whatever reason. He should be, he just got a huge counter off and he should be going right after Rollins here, and he's not doing it. How does he expect to put away Rollins with all that slow-paced moves there? I have no idea. But he's still going after the head here. Kind of weird considering the end of Heartache is his finisher, but Rollins will bleed as well in this matchup. Rollins proud though to bleed for his cause, but he could well have his cause tested here. Roddy Strong in position. End of Heartache. This can't be happening. Rollins will not be defeated by one. I know that's the case. Roddy goes in for the cover and the count with 1, 2. Rollins kicks out. Get in there. The match is still alive. Seth Rollins has made sure of it. Rollins counters. He staggers back a little bit, and that's all the opening he needed. Architect's Annihilation. And with the count, with 2 and 3. No! I thought that was 3. Rollins can hardly believe it. Roddy Strong kicked out at 2, but it looks as if Rollins has something menacing in mind here for the challenger. If he knew how to throw a chair like a normal person, he may well have something menacing in mind. Rollins perhaps doubting it for a second. Seth Walker on the chair. What will Rollins look to do here? He's worn out in this one. Roddy's worn out as well. Both these men are not going to be able to give it their all, but it's Seth Rollins right now who's directing traffic and leading the way for this match. Rollins looking for some kind of belly to belly. Strong pulled out the counter. Strong looking for something as well. Rollins pulls out the counter. Incredible back and forth by both men. Rollins will go to the top rope once more, looking for the Phoenix Splash again. This time, he still can't nail it. Roddy's side is able to get out of the way just in time. Roddy gonna nail the Tiger Bomb on the chair. Rollins in trouble, but somehow the champion finds a way to roll out of the ring. Somehow finds a way to catch his breath, to recover in this one. Look at the blood dripping down the face right now of the champion, of the challenger even. Don't know why I called Roddy Strong the champion. He's by no means that. But what a fight this has been to the very end by both men. Rollins sends him in the turnbuckle. Goes after that open wound once more. Drops him on his face. Rollins going to go to the top rope here. Will he look for that Phoenix Splash once more? No, he won't. Rollins seems to have something else in mind right now. What's it going to be here? He sends Roddy into the turnbuckle. But Roddy pulls out the counter DDT there. Certainly isn't going to help the bloodied face of the champion. Roddy going to take flight. He's going to go up high to fly. Will it pay off for Roddy? It will not. He misses the leg drop. Rollins could well capitalize. But no. Did I say Rollins or Roddy? I don't remember. Roddy is the one capitalizing here still. He is fighting till the very end here to try and win that title. Cover here, but Rollins is far from done. You have to do far more than that. I mean, Rollins a month ago, not even, well, just almost that even, was in a 3 Stages of Hell match. He has been through far worse than what Roddy Strong's given him here tonight. But I don't think Roddy's been through worse than what Seth Rollins given him here tonight. Russian leg sweep counter there by Seth Rollins. He knows what he wants to do. He knows how he wants to finish this match. But Roddy Strong is fighting until his very final breath here, as demonstrated right there. Rollins sidesteps him. The counters back and forth by both men here, giving trouble. Wearing one another out as Rollins looks for the pin, but the referee just didn't even bother to try and come in and count that one. I mean, I think Roddy kicked out of that one early on, but still, referee's supposed to do his job in this moment. Rollins has Roddy up on top here, and if I know Seth Rollins, I know what he's looking for. He's looking for something mesmerizing. He's looking for something incredible. Rollins, superplex, rolls through into the Falcon Arrow. No cover by Rollins. He's not done just yet. Despite everything that's gone on in this match, Rollins will go to the top rope now. And this time, he gets the Phoenix Splash. Rollins is going to end this one the way he wants to. Avara Kedavra. And the final blow is on its way. The very blow that ended Diamond Dallas Page's hopes and dreams on ECW. Diamond Cutter! Diamond Cutter by Roddy. How did he pull out that counter? How did Roddy find the reversal? No, don't let it be. Don't let it be, Seth. He's going to look for it. End of heartache. Rollins counters it. Here we go. This'll end it. Roddy's fight was strong, but it's not enough. Curb stomp by Rollins. Into the cover. Count it, ref. 1, 2. No, he's still kicking out. Rollins and myself cannot believe this one. But there is still something left in Roddy, and Rollins will beat it out of him. Architect's annihilation. This one is over now. 2, 3. Still your ECW champion, Seth freaking Rollins. The greatest wrestler in the world hangs on to his title once more, and makes sure that ECW is in the hands of the right people, of the people who can lead it to success. Roddy Strong gave a fight that I did not know he was capable of here tonight. He proved his worth, but Seth Rollins is better. Seth Rollins overcame it all. Seth Rollins is still your ECW champion to end the night here at Anarchy Rulz. And what a night it was. What a set of matches we've laid eyes on. Corbin and Barrett was an incredible bout. The return of Bobby Roode, the arrival of Sami Callihan, the new ECW Tag Team Champions in AJ Styles and Shawn Michaels. But at the end of the day, everything is safe and fine at the top. The unstoppable Seth Rollins reigns on once more. And he does not look to be letting go of that title anytime soon. Thank you, Rollins, for overcoming the odds and walking out still your ECW champion. I will give credit, Roderick Strong. That was the fight of his life, and he knew what he was getting himself into. But it just wasn't enough to get the job done against the Architect. Rollins wins, and that'll end this episode of the universe. That'll end Anarchy Rulz. Thank you guys for watching. Take care, guys, and ta-ra.